I want to learn. I got two dads here. Sundeep, you're a dad. Wajhi, you're a dad.
I am.
So, I also want to learn. More than anything else, what do you guys think the world has changed? We just came to your house, Sundeep, and you turned on, what is it?
Nintendo.
Nintendo.
Yeah.
And we talked about how we grew up on this stuff, right?
Yeah.
And, your daughter doesn't play, and you're talking about your daughter,
Yeah.
Anya, she was it. And what do you guys think the future has in store for us?
I got Anya PS1, the old ones that you got get from Best Buy. It was she definitely wants to play because she sees me play on the Xbox, right? And so she definitely wants to play. So I set this thing up for her. She doesn't understand any of the controls. She asks. She can't read yet, right?
Yeah.
So she doesn't know what start is or
Yeah.
what to push or what buttons to push. So it's just a pain right now trying to teach her. But I was just I don't think the kids are like how we were when it comes to this stuff. The iPad she can navigate like it's nothing.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
same with me. Like my daughters are still learning, and I think they'll pick it up soon. And the thing is, like when I was young, like my brother and I were really close in age, and we got like a Nintendo console, and like
Yeah.
I guess I don't know if boys just explore a little bit more than girls, but
Yeah.
like we figured it out, and that was our thing. And the thing is, like at home, I barely get a chance to play, and I would be the one to show them how it works.
Yeah.
But when I don't have the time, because
Yep.
it's just life is just so busy that they don't really see it that often. But I'm trying to get more and more into it. Like these days, she's played Mario Mansion, and
Right.
she's like, it's like, can we turn on that Luigi Mansion game?
Mhm.
And so like there's that,
Mario.
and we sort of play together sometimes. Right
Yeah.
now, where I will be the one controlling it, and she's just telling me what to do.
Yeah, so I get the exact same thing. So this Starfield. Have you heard of it?
No, I haven't.
So-
I'm not so in tune with games these days.
So I unfortunately I am.
Unfortunately.
It is my go-to thing. So Starfield is a game that's out on like Xbox, PlayStation, PC.
Yeah.
It's a game where you're like you're basically flying a spaceship across galaxies and solar systems and stuff like that.
Alright.
So Anya cannot play it for the life of it. It's an
Yeah.
RPG. It's a more serious game
Yeah.
for a 4-year-old,
Yeah.
So she understands. So what she does is she sits down next to me. All right, Dada, I'll tell you what to do. Okay, go. What did you say? Pew pew that person. I'm like, okay, what?
Pew pew that person.
Okay, so I'm pew pewing that person.
that person.
Yeah. Oh, fly the ship there. Oh, shoot that.
Yeah.
You know. So she's fine at directing me.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
She's fine at directing me in those types of games.
Yeah.
And that's what she needs to do. Say, Dada, I'll tell you what to do. I'm like, all right, cool, you tell me what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what do you guys think? As time is changing, what you said iPad. I didn't even know what an iPad was when I was young, right?
Yeah.
We were out enjoying the sunlight. Didn't matter what was happening. We were out with friends, hanging out.
Yeah.
Do you see that changing, and does that worry you as fathers?
For me, not so much, man. I think the kids want to play outside. It's not
You
like
think so?
Yeah, I think
Really?
I think kids want to play outside. I think it's us and just what society looks like. And for me, anyways, I can't speak for everybody,
Yeah.
right? But I won't let Anya play outside without me.
Yeah,
I have to be there.
course.
I have to be there with her, watching her, right? Like go to the park and stuff. We used to be able to go to the park,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Without our parents.
Yeah,
I
are
would
you
not.
kidding?
There's no way in hell my kids are gonna go do that without
Yeah.
me. Right?
Yeah.
So
Such weird times, and I
Yeah.
don't know if it's like just because we kept being told and told and told as children. Then we didn't listen because we were children, but as we
Right.
started to grow, that was still our that was our programming.
Yeah.
From our parents. So like, you start to fear it even more as an adult than you did as a kid, and it just
Exactly.
messes you up.
And obviously we have more than our parents had. So for example, the iPad,
Yeah.
right?
Sure.
Like
That's a really good point,
Yeah.
though. We do.
we had the technology wise, we have more of the technology. More, the internet made it a lot simpler for us to get Coco Melon and
right.
friggin'
The
Yeah.
world's a
Flippy.
smaller place,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're more connected, well connected, right?
Yeah, that's a good way to put
So
it.
exactly. So there's more distraction. I mean, and I'm not gonna lie, like it's it's not a great thing, but it's something that's required.
Yeah,
like
the
that
only thing that
distraction.
concerns me is like what they watch. So like I do
Yeah.
pay attention to that because
Yeah.
that is their reality. If they pay attention to that, that's their feed of media
Yeah.
to what
Yes.
media is to us, right? So like So like that. So if they're watching like, things like above age 7, I would say right now,
You're okay.
just they're 5 and 3, and the 3-year-old is very impressionable right now.
Yeah.
So she'll watch whatever the 5-year-old watch. So she could watch something a little bit older, but we capped it off at 7 right now. So just pay
Yeah.
attention to that.
Right.
No.
That makes sense. Right? So to give you an example, so Anya loves watching Blippi. You know,
Yeah.
Peppa
Like,
Pig, Blippi.
yo,
I was like,
Rayhan,
what
Rayhan's
was it? Blippi? What's it called?
Blippi.
Okay,
Blippi. Oh
Blippi.
man,
You know Blippi too?
Blippi's amazing, man.
Yeah,
Like the
Blippi.
fact that
Who
he
is Blippi?
he actually built a business like
Yeah.
Oh,
just
wow.
like as I think he's a father himself,
Yeah.
or he was married, and he just felt like there was no good content out there that was teaching kids this and that, and he made it.
He goes to places and he tests out, like he goes to different like arcades and kids indoor playgrounds and stuff
Yeah.
like that, tests it out, does reviews for kids.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty intense. Like he
How cool.
and like because he's based out of like
That's a good.
California,
I didn't even
Vegas,
think of that. That's
he
basically a
comes
review. Yeah, yeah. And
he
they pay him.
exactly, and now he comes, he does these videos for the kids love him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anya,
And you're
because
learning
she's
something.
because we're in the West Coast and we're there.
That's where I kind of got the idea. We're like, we should go to these businesses and tell their story because
Yeah. Oh,
then
wow.
you get started.
More to come.
Yeah.
More to come next week.
Yeah.
Tune in.
Yeah, because he's in the West Coast, because he's doing videos in Vegas sometimes. We have to go to those. Because Anya then
Oh
yeah, bro, this is
Wow.
that's how it works. That's his
Oh.
business model. Like you're getting like
Wow.
reviews from that, but you're getting visits, you know?
Wow.
Like,
So
do you have to pay to go to Blippi?
No.
If he goes to Vegas, for example.
To visit him?
I don't know. I don't know how it works for him.
Yeah.
But like he'll go, like the places he goes to,
Yeah.
we go to them afterwards because Anya makes us go.
Oh, that's what you're saying. So
Yeah.
I thought you meant while he's recording, he has an audience or something.
No, he has no.
Oh, like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah. So it's these businesses that they would pay him for that.
And are they busy when you go?
Oh God, every time.
Really?
They're like, packed morning
See,
and night.
potential, man. Like
Yeah.
no one's doing it here in like our little area that
Yeah.
much.
No, and that's crazy. But you know what? Like, that stands out to me because, not only is your child learning, but what a cool, we need these kind of sort of educational materials. So, what I'm hearing is there's also good that's coming out of what's happening in society for the future generation, right?
Yeah, I agree.
If you were to say what worries you the most about the future, about your kids, what would that be?
I don't know. I don't know. But
What are you stressed out about?
it's their friends, I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
It's their friends. Like Rayhan, my like 1-year-old. He goes to this daycare, right? And at the daycare, like they bite their kids. They're all 1-2 years old, right?
Yeah.
They do kid stuff.
Yeah,
right?
of course.
He picks up bad habits so quickly.
Oh, of course. You're so impressionable.
Yeah. So at this age, if they're picking up habits like that, like I just worry about the future. You know, what bad habits they pick up in the future. I guess that's every parent's worry. You know.
Yeah, I mean, like I kind of saw 2 kids go through that age.
Yeah.
And like with both, it was very, very similar. At least with me too. Like they're young, they're very impressionable. My daughter started daycare at the age of 1 too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. But I don't know if you ask me like what am I worried about with the future?
What stresses you out?
That I don't know. Like I was telling my wife the other day, I'm like, how we used to think about social media, and you didn't want your kids to be on social media.
Yeah.
I think we got to rethink that very soon because that's just going to be the norm in a couple of years where everyone has a brand and that's the way to make a living.
Yeah, I agree.
And so like I was like, she was like, how soon? I'm like, I don't know. I don't have the answer, but I was like, we got to teach him this, like how to build a business on digitally, right?
Yeah.
And that's going to be like, rather than paying like for a 4-year degree to learn something and then hop into the job market and or get paid low salary, you're trapped, and versus like
creativity,
doing something on your own. So I think that's going to be started. Like a lot of people with AI now, especially with AI, are just going to pick it up faster and faster and faster.
That's true.
Curious, have any of your kids actually asked you to open up a social media account for them yet? I know they're really young, and that's why that question came to my mind. Has that even occurred to them? Has the thought even come to their mind?
So Anya had a
Over
thing
it.
about, yeah,
Really?
Anya had a
Yeah.
thing about again, I don't think she knew about social media, right? I don't think
course.
she knew
Yeah.
about social media, but she watches his videos on YouTube Kids, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And these kids are doing their own things on those videos.
yeah.
So she told me one time with Dada, oh, let's do a science experiment and make a video of it. So
Oh, cool.
for Anya, I have activities. You know
Yeah,
how like
yeah.
you guys do the coloring stuff. You
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
are coloring your paints and all that. But one other thing that I do are science experiments.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's like we do it like I buy a bunch of like, for her it's not like she's learning anything, but
Yeah.
it's an activity for her that
Yeah,
she enjoys. We work with colors and food coloring
yeah.
and stuff like that.
That's really cool.
Yeah, make volcanoes and
Wow. Yeah. I've seen
yeah,
some of those
we
videos.
You
build
post
them.
these?
Huh?
Are these
No,
on? Oh,
no,
okay.
I don't.
It's
No, I
private.
don't know. This is just
Okay.
stuff that. So, guys, I'm not into the whole
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
podcasting.
Okay, I was
I'm
just
not
wondering.
there.
We have to
But
convince Wajhi today to join us.
yeah, but I do this for her.
Yeah.
Like it's one of those STEM things. I enjoy it. I
Yeah,
like that
yeah.
science experiments,
Yeah.
so I will do that with
That's
her.
awesome.
Right?
Yeah.
I hate coloring.
Yeah.
I cannot stand coloring.
Yeah.
So my wife has to color with her.
That's
Right?
really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I should do more of those. Like
Yeah.
that'd be good. Like I do record my kids
Yeah.
a lot too, and so like I capture a lot of good stuff, but
Yeah.
What do you do with that good stuff? You just commit to memories?
Yeah.
family. Every year, like I started getting the habit last year where every Christmas I would print out a bunch of pictures. So like
Yeah, that's why I asked.
this year I printed so last Christmas I printed out like 300 of them.
Oh wow.
And then some of them sit in the box, some of them my kids we put in an album, but my daughter's getting into scrapbooking, so I let her use the pictures and she cuts them out. So I don't know if you can see on
Yeah.
like on the fridge those
Yeah,
little
yeah.
cutouts and stuff. Like yeah,
wow.
she puts them in a scrapbook and stuff and sort of
Very cool.
builds it. And then yeah, and also like on Google, you see on Google Home, like
Yeah.
that photo frame is always constantly
Yeah.
turning with images
Yeah.
of family and friends, and so they always get to see that.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, no, and you know, it just like boggles my mind when I think about it. Back in the day, you used to open a photo. First, you used to take a picture and click it in the camera. Then you used
Yeah.
to go get it developed.
I
and
know,
then you
right?
used to- Right now, like
Crazy, eh?
That's why the photos. There's a lot more now, right? Like
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I have the Google Drive, and in the WhatsApp group with them, there's just pictures, man, continuous,
Man.
like at least 30 to 40 pictures a day, right?
Yeah.
Nobody has time to really look at these, right?
Yeah.
So, but they just go straight up onto the drive. They just get automatically uploaded
Yeah.
and go in there. So we're Anya and I are hanging out. She's like, Dad, show me pictures of me when I was a baby. I'm like, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of going to an album and pulling
Yeah.
it out, you're never seeing them, right?
Yeah.
This way, oh yeah, you're just watching videos, pictures, and stuff like that all day. You know?
We're so connected. You know what I mean? We're so connected.
Yeah.
Sandeep, you know, you were talking. We've done a couple sessions on Turo, and Turo is a really exciting topic that really hits off with us. Tell me a little bit about your experience. We as we were walking in, you started telling me, hey, the last experience actually wasn't that great. Why?
Oh man.
What happened?
So the car, I was actually supposed to pause it and I didn't get a chance to pause it. So 2 weeks somebody had booked it. And
Got
so
it.
that time had come, but before he came, he booked it. I was looking at his profile and he had like 0 reviews. His picture looked one way, and then by the time he came, and that
By
zero
the time you came,
zero reviews was already a red flag.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, so this guy has no experience, but he's like renting. I have reviews, right? So
Yeah.
like, if somebody was borrowing my car, I know everyone starts at 0, right?
Of
But
course.
okay, so that was my first red flag, just because this is my 3rd trip in, and you know, I'm every client teaches me something new.
Yeah.
So when he came, he didn't look like his profile.
Oh,
Or so-
wow.
so that-
really? So
that-
it was kind of like a picture and match.
But let me take a step back. He was actually 2 hours late and
Oh.
not communicating,
Okay.
and there's a 30-minute cancellation.
I see.
30-minute, and they canceled. You
Yeah.
cancel the car, right?
Yeah.
But then you get into the awkward situation if you do cancel the car and they
It
come up
shows up and then
like he did,
Yeah.
like one person did with me before. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna cancel it. I'm gonna wait. I was being patient. And then I called him, and he's just getting off the highway, and he got here, and it was 2 hours late. It was pouring rain outside. You know, I already felt weird about it, and then, so I asked my wife, I'm like, can you just come outside with me? And so
Okay.
she came out to the porch, And so this guy had
At
pulled
least you
up.
have backup.
Yeah.
Yep. Wife is good backup. Wife is good backup.
No one else.
No one else.
I mean, like, I mean that in a good way.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean it in the best way possible. Sorry, yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
So this guy comes out of a passenger side of a Jeep, and he comes up to me, and he's okay. So it's raining. So imagine this: it's raining, it's dark.
Yeah.
You see the street lights, but he's like hobbling, right? And
Yeah.
he comes up to me, and then so I I give him the benefit of the doubt. I was like, hey, how are you? I did tell him like 30 minutes. I need to cancel the car, but I'll still give it to you.
Yeah.
But anyways, so we shake hands because that's how I like to start off the conversation.
Yeah.
But then okay, so one criteria I have to go through is like I have to check your license. So I'm like, can I just see your license? I got to take a picture of it, upload it to the app.
Yeah.
He went back to his car because he had forgotten it. So he went like this. He couldn't find it.
Of course.
So he went back to the car. He went and he couldn't. He came back a little while later, and he just showed me a picture on his phone. He's like, "This is my license," and he started zooming in. I was like, "No, man, I can't give you the car if you don't have a physical license."
Yeah, of course. It's a requirement, right?
He's like, "Well, I'm a truck driver, and this is how I've been doing it." I'm like, "Okay, explains the limp that you have. That you're a truck driver now. I get it, but I don't think this. I can give you the car." And I was being really nice about it. Like I'm not one to get into confrontations a lot. So like, I don't know. I don't know. So I said, I don't think I can give you the car. And he's like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, you don't have a license. And so, I felt a little bit better that I'm walking away from a car, but then he stopped and he's like, all right. And he turned around. But in that moment, his car had driven away.
Yeah.
So he's like, where's my ride?
Oh, no.
And so I'm like, should I back up and just go inside? But I was like, so then I just asked him, I'm like, I think she pulled around that side because that's where I saw her go.
Yeah, of course.
Or him or her go. So
yeah.
He's like, oh, let me call her. And before all of this, like by the time I saw him up until the time he left, I could tell when someone's intoxicated. This guy was like,
intoxicated.
This guy was like spinning in front of me, like you could tell, right? And he pulled out his phone and he called person who was his ride.
Yeah.
But turned out he had their phone too.
What?
So.
Oh my god, this experience.
So I was just like, I'm like,
what?
Yo, what is?
She went. I'm like, your ride went that way, and I just sort of like walked back. Mark's like, get in the house. So I was like. So
and that was it.
That was it, man. I called Turo. I'm like, this is what happened. You got to cancel this ride.
And did he leave? Did he end up leaving?
Yeah.
He ended up leaving.
Yeah.
That's
like it felt like so sketchy. I don't know, man. Like it it felt like he needed a car for a drug deal sort of sketchy, man.
One of the worst experiences you just went through that. That's yeah. If people have bad experiences on an app, that's the one.
Yeah, that's one. I think a worst experience is if they actually like ruin your car.
Yeah,
like
that would be really bad. That would be really.
At least you didn't drive away. You didn't drive away with the car, right?
Yeah,
which
like
awesome.
I had that moment. I was doubting myself. I'm like, should I be giving this car? No, I'm not. No.
That's so funny, man. But you know what? Honestly, you have good experiences and you have bad experiences. You have to take it at both of them, right?
Yeah.
So it definitely makes a difference.
Yeah.
Still touring, or did you take it off now?
Oh yeah, I took it off until March. I don't feel comfortable giving it to someone in the winter, especially Canadian winters.
Yeah.
You don't know how a person's going to drive your car, and it's more riskier. So that's just the reason for taking it off.
Yeah, no. Hey, listen, it makes complete sense.
I agree. Well, I did let someone drive my car from Milton to Vegas, but
did you let him do it twice? Didn't he also drive it back?
Yeah.
So do you have to do an oil change every time you do that?
So I mean, it's 3,000 miles. I guess you do.
Yeah.
But like, I kind of get one every year anyway. So
yeah. Oh, you do one oil change per year?
At least one. Most of my cars are it's like 8,000 to 10,000.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mine are pretty quick.
I have to do it every 5,000.
Yeah.
5,000?
Yeah.
Okay. No, not for ours. So we have like ours will go. So one car
What do you drive?
I have a Jeep Grand Cherokee from this year though.
Oh, okay.
And then I have like a 21 Audi.
Okay.
So it goes up to 8 to 10,000 miles, right?
Yeah.
So for that, I can
Wow, that's
go
pretty
for a
good.
while. Yeah.
That's impressive, man.
Yeah.
Hey, cars like the drain on your pocket.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I gotta go electric though now.
I know.
Yeah, like that has to happen. Like, especially where we are right now.
Do you have a lot of infrastructure for like in the US
Yeah,
for
The
electric
Tesla, like
cars?
the Tesla, like like superchargers.
Yeah,
God, they're everywhere.
they're everywhere.
Really?
They're everywhere.
There's
Everywhere.
good infrastructure for that.
Yeah, like you can charge like the way they have it set up in between Vegas and California. Like you're stopping like once for like 30 minutes at the most, and then
Really?
you're on your way.
Wow.
And it's a 4-hour drive,
Yeah.
right?
Wow,
So
that's pretty
yeah.
cool. Now we don't have enough of that here, eh?
Yeah.
Right? Like I feel like our infrastructure is not the greatest for electric. But you are right. Electric
But
is the
where would you
future.
go though? That's the thing. If you're in on one charge, you
Yeah.
can basically
No.
do all of GTA.
Yeah.
Like right from
No,
one
no,
end
but
to the
look,
other.
no. Let's put it in perspective, okay? Like think about it like this: a day like yesterday, where I think I woke up in the morning, I drove to the airport, then I drove to Milton, then I drove back home, then I drove to Milton, then I drove back home, then I drove to Milton, then I drove back home.
Did you do more than like 400 kilometers?
I'd be coming close to it.
You think so?
It was a long day. I mean,
I think 400 kilometers for one day though is pretty decent. Like even my like
it's just the
Man.
convenience, right? Like let's just say nothing was stopping me. I could pull up to any gas station at any hour of the night, at any time of the day.
Yeah.
Within 5 minutes, and don't get me wrong, I'm all for electric, like you guys are saying. The infrastructure is what worries me. I don't want to get like today, let's just say that, like, we're all driving around. If I didn't have a charge today, now I would have to change my day to my car's charge.
Yes.
Right now, the car that I own operates for me.
Yeah, but it is a responsibility.
Yeah.
It's a responsibility you're getting from the savings though, right?
Like I'm torn. Honestly, I want to go electric, and I think I agree with you, and I think the electric is the future. But where I'm really very torn is that by the time you actually get to see the savings, how much do you actually save?
Why would you say that though?
If you
Because
buy
a car is going to be more expensive.
Yeah.
But
correct.
that money that you're spending on the price of the car, Teslas are cheap as hell right now. So if I'm spending like $500 on my car now, but $700 on a Tesla, I'm still saving because my gas is $100 to fill up.
Yeah.
Right? Like I would rather spend that money on the car than on the gas.
Yeah.
Right? Even if I am spending
Makes
that
sense
much.
because they got the infrastructure, but
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
had
okay.
more of
Let's
that.
make clear. I have solar panels. I pay $13 a month for electricity.
Yes, solar panels.
Seriously?
dude.
Yeah. So I pay nothing
Yes,
for
solar
electricity.
panels.
Yeah. So because of that plays
We gotta
a
move to
massive.
Vegas,
Yeah, I know, man.
We're
That-
in Canada.
that plays a massive part
Yeah.
on all of this, right? I would not have that same mentality here,
Yeah.
right? Because I know that my bill's jumping up to like $200 a month or something, right?
Yeah.
So
That's crazy.
but I would still think it's cheaper.
What I'm waiting for to be completely, electric is the way of the future. I'm not disagreeing with that, but I do think as the years go on, the market will become more accessible in a larger way for more people. It'll be more inclusive is the best way to word it, right? So I'm waiting for that inclusivity. To come down the pipe.
Yeah. But the truth is, it's the direction we're headed in. It's happening quickly. So I don't think you would even have to wait that long. I say within the next year or two.
Yeah.
We're gonna be in a spot where the electric car is the standard option, right?
Yeah.
And so the purchase at that point will be just easier to buy.
Well,
and you'll have more options.
What I find funny is I feel like you are the most electric pro here, and you have the newest car out of us three.
Okay.
So you got the longest to wait, my friend.
No, actually, not really. I leased mine.
Oh, okay.
So and Adam's lease is coming up next month as well.
Yeah.
Oh no! Yeah, we're next month, next year in around June. So we're by February. I'm going to order like a Tesla or something.
How much are Teslas now? Right
They're
now?
cheap. They're the cheapest they've ever been.
When you say cheap,
when I mean okay, so I can only tell you US because I don't remember.
Yeah.
So you get a Y for a Y like dual motor, not the performance one below that, for like 45,000.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Not bad. That's
Man,
US.
aren't they like 80, 90 here?
Yeah, but US convert that.
That's crazy.
40K convert that. No, do you see Teslas being on Turo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
Hertz now rents out Teslas.
Oh
rental
wow!
companies. Yeah.
What is it? Premium class, I assume.
No, it's just the electric class. They classify it as so people who want to have it for shorter periods of time, and like people don't even fill up their like they don't charge up at all and just give it back.
Oh, so they just get the 400, just use it.
Yeah, and they give
You
it back.
know, that's actually a pretty cool idea, right?
It's kind
Okay.
of like your car sharing thing, but like
Yeah.
on a daily basis rather than
Yeah.
yeah.
You
Cool.
got a cap of 400 kilometers. You can't go more or less than that
Yeah,
400
maybe.
kilometers with the
I mean,
battery
I could
run.
do that too on Turo, but just to start off, I needed the reviews, so I kind of opened
Yeah,
it up
sure.
unlimited. But made me nervous because, yeah, I don't know. So somebody did drive my car
Yeah.
like 2,000 kilometers in like 3 days, and I was like, well, where did you go?
Yo, so
What?
Yeah,
2,000 kilometers in 4 days. Where did
3 days.
Was on the road the entire time?
honestly, but the people that normally rent from you are they local or are they coming in from like
So
different
one,
cities
my
or
very first client was local. He moved here from Dubai, and he's
yeah?
just settling down. So,
Okay.
um, and then the other second one was he was visiting, so he was traveling and he
Okay.
needed a car.
All right. Well, Wajhi, thank you for joining us and sharing some great information. And what I'm walking away with learning is that I don't know if you're worried about the future in context to your kids or not worried in context to your kids. I feel like the internet, YouTube is making things a little bit more accessible and life
Yeah.
a little bit more easier. So people are also looking forward to that. And we got to talk a little bit about Turo. We got to talk about not so great experience. That was kind of funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love that you brought your wife out to the porch. But thank you for joining us again here. We were in person. I'm not sure if it's going to show up on video or audio. But take care, everyone. Such a pleasure. Bye bye.
Yeah, it was good. It was good being on this again.
Cool. All right, everyone. See you.
Thanks.